Okay, you ready?
Whenever you are.
Nice job,
When the one goal that we allowed, 42 came literally right off the bench, skated right down here, and ripped this right here. That's all he did. That's all.
Let's go!
What a fucking play.
Fucking left. Fucking work them and win this shit. Let's go, boys. Boys on three. 1, 2, 3, boys.
Come on, Ethan. Yeah! It's like, am I just talking to nobody?
You're just talking to yourself. How did you use your experiences as a high school player to coach and motivate your players?
So like when I was in high school, I think for me, coaching, it was a different time of society. I think when I was coached in high school, it was a very straightforward, direct. There wasn't, it felt like you were going to get coached and then you were leaving. And that's kind of how it felt. And so when I was named head coach and I came into it, I didn't want the players to feel the way that I felt. Hey! Zarduko, learn to skate or get the fuck out of here. Hey, did this go in? You have, when you're walking here, because of your shot, you have the far corner and you can.
I tried to aim for that, but I went to the right corner.
This one's even worse. Bro, what are you doing to these things?
I'm probably wheeling around. He probably sucked. I got him for cheap.
Alright, this should help a little bit. It doesn't help that it's cold, because there's nothing on the surface for you to like hold on to. But there's most of it. So the discipline that comes with being a Central Catholic player and the discipline that comes with being an athlete at Central, I didn't want that to get lost. So it was trying to blend what I didn't have with what I did have with the structure that I did have, because I think that the way that we were coached when I was at Central really, really laid foundational work to help me get to where I am today. And when Ty and I were kind of trying to lay the foundation of what we wanted to build something that was better than what we had, and it took a lot of people to help us get to that point.
Not puck chasing and get a guy. Hey, with that breakout too, they're literally looking. Watch their eyes. They're looking exactly where the fuck that puck is going. Cut that shit off every time. They're not fucking snake eyes or anything. They're looking exactly where the fuck that puck's going. Listen. Do not chase that guy. If you get the two wingers, you get that third guy, and we let them come at us, and they have no passing off.
When you first started coaching, was there a legacy you wanted to leave behind by the end of your tenure?
I don't think so. Like, I never set out with the goal to be anything except myself. And I think that as we got more and more into it, I think it started to build as we got into it. If you were to ask me what my legacy is, I don't think I can answer it, because I don't know. Hey, skate with purpose, skate with aggression, skate to fucking win.
Let's go, boys.
Are we staying or changing?
I got into coaching to help people. It's the same reason I got into anything else that I do. And at the end of the day, looking back over the last 7 years, can I sit here and say that I helped people? I can. And I think it also said something to me that I did it with my brother, I did it with my best friend, I did it with kids that grew into friends. I didn't do it alone, and the legacy I left behind was, to me, is something that I think that I will be proud of until the day that I'm no longer here. Lost the puck.
No, Mace, easy.
Hey, right here! Far, back door! Good block, mouth!
Easy.
Easy! Got it. Down! Mike, you gotta get rid of this, dude.
You're good.
God, look at how tight that fucking...
Hey, you're good. You're all good.
Hey, you alright? Good block.
Continuing with legacy, what moments do you feel defined your coaching legacy, if any?
That's a tough question, and I think that it's a tough question because when you think of, if you think of like the NBA, or you think of the NHL, or you think of any professional sport, what really defines people is how many trophies they've won, whether it was individual or together. And when you look at mine, those are all great, but I think for me, what really defined me as a coach was the moments that weren't necessarily noticeable. It was when kids called me at work, or when kids called me after school, or asking me to, hey, can you come in the summer and help me? And can you, in practice, just sitting down and having conversations. I mean, I remember 3 very, very vividly. The first one was Steve, his senior year. I want to say I talked to Aiden Banks his senior year. And then this past year with Dukes in the middle of a game, like, when you can talk to kids and see that you're impacting kids, and then you see them, and like, to watch, Steve is the one I always use, and I will use him forever as an example, but to watch Steve as a sophomore go from an individual player really concerned about points and if that mattered, to his senior year coming up to me in overtime of game 3 and saying, hey, I need to sit and you need to put Luke out there. Like, when you think of what you want as a coach, like, you want that type of player, and those, like, that's what I tried to build, and that's what I try to instill. Like, if you invest in the person and the message of the person and what the person needs and wants, the wins are gonna come, and they will always come.
Hey, put it in!
Hey, put it in, dude! Here we go, E. Fucking put some emotion in, dude. That's a nice play by him.
If you could leave one lasting lesson for the players, what would it be and why?
You have to invest in people. If you invest in people, a lot of other things work out. And it's hard to invest in people. It's not an easy thing to do, because there's times that they're gonna piss you off. There's times that they're gonna upset you. But the risk versus reward is so much greater. And like, when I was at Central, that was when I really started to invest in people. And it was because of teachers that I had, like Brother Don, who I still talk to, Brother Kevin, who had a profound impact on me. Like, they were the ones that taught me to invest in people. And when you invest in people, people will invest in you. And the goal of the team is to invest together and grow together. And so my advice would be to give people a chance to learn with them, to grow with them, and work together with them. Let these two go together, because you played with him.
Yeah.
You haven't played with him.
Wait, so say that again?
You're gonna play with E,
All right, we'll figure it out.
and then these two. Dukes, you're gonna hang out with me for a minute.
Zach, at the time of recording this, it's early 2025. We've been friends since, 2011. It's been a long time. Wow. 14 years. I remember you as a small kid, came into high school, playing hockey. You always had drive to you, though. And that's the one thing that I really want to call out is, the drive that you have to be the best that you can be, and not only make yourself better, but everyone around you better by doing that, is something that's really, really stuck out for me. It's one of your great abilities as a leader. Through all of the times that we played at Duquesne, and being on your line, to playing an adult league and being on your line, you always have my back. Being the best man at my wedding, to coaching in your organization, you always make everyone around you better, not only yourself but everyone. And I think that's something that great leaders do. And I'm glad that I was able to be a part of your playing career. You were able to be a part of mine. But more importantly, I'm glad I was able to, or am able and still able to be your friend, hopefully for a very, very long time. So I appreciate you. I appreciate all that you do. And see you at the next get-together.
See you at the next get-together.
Hey, Zach. First off, just want to say thank you for all you've done throughout my time at Duquesne, as well as Central Catholic, and even beyond, just as friends. You've been a great friend to me throughout the years, and looking forward to some good times in the future. But coming to Duquesne, I didn't know anybody, and you were the first person that I met. And you took me in under your wing. I remember the times driving to the games with, Vinny and Dante. Great times. Some of the best of my college career there. I know we were on pace for the championship my freshman year. It's unfortunate our time got cut short with COVID. But thank you for running that team and getting us to where we needed to be. If it wasn't for you, I don't think any of those guys would have done it. And I'm sure you know that. I'm fortunate that you were able to pass the team on to me. That was one of the first things that I myself truly was responsible for. So it was a good learning lesson for me. Thank you for being there and guiding me along that path. It's unfortunate what happened with COVID and the team dismantling, but hopefully it can make a comeback. I know that's something that's been talked about. But then moving on to Central Catholic, thank you again for allowing me to come on to the coaching staff with you. I'm not a big talker, and that experience was able to get me to open up a little bit more and teach me some new things about myself. And, working with you, you're a great coach and you truly care. It's more than just the game for you, and definitely more than just the money or the recognition. It's not much what we're getting, but I know you truly care well beyond what you're getting. And you're truly invested in the kids and beyond the game, the life skills and the things that people need to learn. Hockey is just a way of doing so. And I'm glad that I was able to experience that with you. Looking forward to many good times. And again, thanks, man. Keep up what you're doing. Looking forward to playing with you some more in the men's league, wheeling and dealing. I'm sure we'll win many more championships going forward, but thanks again, brother. Talk to you soon.
I think Al and I want to say we have like 6 championships together.
Coach Zach was more than just a hockey coach to me. He was like a mentor. He was someone that showed me the ways of getting over bad situations or finding out something new. He showed me a lot more things than just how to stop pucks, which I'm sure he could have showed me how to do better. But
I'm not the goalie coach. I'm the defenseman coach. You want to learn offense? I ain't the guy. You want to learn goalie? I'm also not the guy.
Zach is also a great person to have to show you to be self-confident and not to be worried about yourself and just do your own thing.
At least he stopped right now.
Way more than a hockey coach. Way more than someone who I just see on the weekends and that tells me to do something at practice. He was a true human being that showed me the ways of not to get too into myself and not to worry about things and how to overcome things. He taught me a lot more things than hockey, and he also was a positive person to be around. His energy went to everybody. Good jokes, good locker room guy. It was just a great time playing for him. And having him as a friend and as a contact that I could reach out to every day, I couldn't be more happier with him.
That kid is a one of one. Caleb was like I think Caleb was like one of my favorite kids to have because he came from, he was dunking in basketball as a freshman. Literally quit basketball at Steel Valley and came and played hockey for us full time, and everything we told him, he bought right into it. And it was like, was he the most sound goalie? Probably not. I don't think anybody's saying that, but was he one of the funniest kids to be around? Still is. Like, I still love playing with him, so. Man, I don't even know where to start, Zach. I guess a place to start is thank you. After my sophomore season when Coach Bird, what a guy, and all the other coaches leaving, I didn't know where the trajectory of the varsity team was going to go. And I was nervous. But here comes a former 5'7". I'm 5'8". Gritty defenseman that doesn't put up with any shit from no one to come save the day. You never backed down from any challenge, whether it was taking over and coaching a varsity team for the first time, or our team starting the season 0-8, or when we lost the first game of the championship series. You never caved in, and we're always ready and determined to get past any obstacle. That attitude was contagious, and I truly believe that's why we were able to accomplish what we did. I can't put into words how important you were to me in my last 2 years of being at Central. Everyone always says the best coaches knows the difference between being a player's friend and being their coach, and you are a prime example. You knew when to support me and when to be one of my closest friends, but you also knew when to get on my ass and set me straight. There was no worse feeling than when we lost my senior year in the championship. I felt like I let a lot of people down, but most importantly, I let you down, which hurt the most. You came over and I told you that I was sorry I let you down, and you said to me that you couldn't have been more prouder of me. Moments like that I've never had with any other coach, and I know why, because no other coach has meant so much to me more than you. One of your best qualities is being a 24-hour person. A 24-hour person is someone that always is around, no questions asked. And you are that for a lot of people, whether it was as a coach, a friend, a sibling, a son, a coworker. I can truly say, Zach, that you've left this organization better than you found it, and everyone associated with it couldn't be more grateful for everything you've done. One of my biggest blessings in life was that I was not only able to call you my coach, but also to be able to call you my friend. Congratulations on everything you've accomplished with Central Inline, and thank you for everything you've done for me in my life. Good luck on the next chapter of your life. That's why no one can get the Joey Salvaggio treatment, because nobody can do what he does. That kid he's one of my favorite people I've ever had. I started my inline hockey career with Central Catholic, and that's when I met you. You've always been a huge impact on not only my game, but my mental state as well. You taught me to become a better person and always brought me up when feeling down. Coaching high school must have been a pain in the ass, but he always knew how to control us. Zach's taught me many things like maturity, patience, and discipline. I would never have thought to become this close with a coach. All in all, he isn't a coach to me anymore. He's a mentor and a friend. I wish him all the best, and I hope to always keep in touch. And oh boy, is Luke Jordan keeping in touch, nominating me for the USC Mental Health Challenge. Like a great player that he is.
How did it feel in the moment, jumping over the boards for the last championship, knowing it was going to be your last game coaching?
Overwhelming, I think, is the easiest way to describe that. Nice job, I remember the feeling when we first won, and it was overwhelming then, but it was overwhelming excitement. I think that the second one that we won, it was we knew that we could, and we did. The third one was we just shit pumped everybody. So that one was like, it was almost like a given, especially with the team that we had. I think this year though, like, I knew going into it that it was my last one as a season, and I didn't tell anybody. I mean, I told my brother, but I didn't tell any of the players, so they had no idea. And they didn't have any idea until I think when we won our semis is when I told them, because I sent an email out to the parents. But to win it, I just remember looking around and taking in what was there. There were players that I coached for 4 years. There were players that I coached for 1 year. There were players that I butted heads with for 4 years. There were players that didn't really know their place until this season. Even standing next to me, Biz and Steve, they were on the team that won the first championship. Biz being the player that scored in Game 3 of overtime. Steve being the player that scored in Game 2 of overtime to win our first one. And then when you looked even further than that, like Biz's parents were there. Like those are parents that I met 4 years ago when their kid came to me as an ice hockey kid that didn't want to play ice hockey anymore, and like my parents were there. Or the Bankses, who I coached not only Alec, but I coached Aiden. And having old players there, like Joey Salvaggio came, Nick Gesso came, Caleb came, Dom Salvaggio I coached when I was an assistant. Like there's Jack Filter. Like there's so many people that were there from so many different areas of my 7 years as a coach that it's still, to me, like looking back, like the only word I can use to describe it is like, that's pretty sick. And like, it's an overwhelming sense of pride and happiness, and like I gave everything I could to coach, and knowing that it's done, like it didn't really hit me until this morning, and I think it won't really hit me until after our end of the year banquet, but I think it's still very overwhelming.